Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into data stewardship.
Okay.
It's something that is absolutely essential when it comes to managing your relational databases.
Right.
And we're going to be exploring 3 key questions in this deep dive.
Okay.
The first one is how to pinpoint those crucial bits of data and identify those key business data elements.
Right.
The second one is how to assign ownership of that data effectively.
Okay.
And then finally, the third question that we'll be tackling is how to create metadata that's truly robust.
Like setting up a well-organized library.
Yeah.
Imagine if you're trying to find a specific book, but there's no cataloging system.
Right.
It would just be chaos.
Absolutely. We definitely don't want our data to end up like a library without a librarian.
Exactly.
So let's start by talking about identifying those key business data elements. What should we be focusing on?
Not every piece of data carries the same weight. Some data elements have a much bigger impact on your business operations, compliance, even your bottom line.
Okay.
We call these key business data elements, or KBEs for short.
Okay, KBE's got it. So we need to figure out which of these data elements are the must-haves and which ones are the nice-to-haves.
Right.
How do we go about separating the wheat from the chaff, so to speak?
One way is to consider the potential consequences of getting it wrong.
Okay.
So think about those data elements that are absolutely critical for regulatory compliance.
Right.
Mishandling those could lead to some pretty hefty fines.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's a good incentive to get it right. Are there other areas that we should be focusing on?
Absolutely. Think about the data elements that directly affect your revenue generation.
Okay.
For instance, customer data that's used for your marketing campaigns.
Right.
Get that right, and you could see a significant boost to your bottom line.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So we've got compliance and revenue as 2 key areas to consider when identifying our KBEs. What else should we keep in mind?
Well, don't forget to align your data stewardship efforts with your leadership's vision.
Okay.
Are there any data elements that your company's executives consistently emphasize in their strategic plans presentations? Those likely need to be on your radar.
So understanding what keeps the C-suite up at night.
Exactly.
And making sure that our data stewardship efforts are addressing those concerns.
Yes. And finally, don't overlook those data elements that are just causing recurring problems or headaches within the organization.
Okay.
Addressing those through data stewardship can save you a lot of trouble down the line.
It's like preventative medicine for our data.
Exactly.
Addressing those little aches and pains before they become full-blown migraines.
So identifying your KBEs is all about understanding which data elements have the most significant impact on your organization's success.
Okay.
It's about prioritizing your efforts, focusing on what matters most.
Now that we've identified our KBEs, we need somebody to champion them.
Right.
And this is where business data stewards or BDSs come in.
Yes.
What are the key steps involved in assigning ownership of data?
Well, it's like choosing the right captain for your ship.
Okay.
You wouldn't want just anyone at the helm, right? Your BDSs. They should be individuals who are deeply familiar with the data in their domain.
Okay.
Think of them as the go-to experts who ensure that everyone in the organization is on the same page when it comes to understanding and using that data.
So they're not just data custodians, they're data champions.
Precisely.
They need to really have that deep understanding of the data, its nuances, and how it impacts different parts of the business.
Exactly.
How do we go about finding these data champions? What qualities should we be looking for?
Well, look for individuals who live and breathe data.
Okay.
Your data analysts, your subject matter experts, or anyone who just has a strong understanding of how that data is used in practical day-to-day operations.
Okay.
They need to be able to communicate effectively, collaborate with different teams, and just champion data quality across the organization.
So it's not just about technical expertise. It's about a passion for data and a desire to ensure its accuracy and consistency.
Absolutely. And when structuring your data stewardship program, consider organizing your stewards by business function rather than specific departments.
Okay, why is that approach more effective?
Well, departments can be restructured, merged, even dissolved.
Right.
But those core business functions like finance, marketing operations, those tend to remain relatively stable.
That makes sense. So if we organize by business function, we ensure continuity even amidst organizational changes.
Exactly. It's about aligning your data stewardship efforts with the fundamental building blocks of your business.
Oh, dear.
So, for instance, your logistics data steward could oversee data related to both incoming supplies and outgoing deliveries,
Okay.
leveraging their expertise across different aspects of that supply chain.
So it's about maximizing the impact of our BDSs by giving them a broader scope of responsibility within their respective business function.
Exactly. And here's a practical tip to get started.
Yeah.
Consider focusing on departments like finance and sales and marketing initially.
Why those departments in particular?
Well, they often have quantifiable data challenges and can readily demonstrate the return on investment of data stewardship.
Gotcha.
Success in those areas can then be used to build momentum and encourage broader adoption across the organization.
So it's about starting with those areas where we can show clear, measurable results.
Right.
And then using those successes to gain buy-in from other departments.
Precisely. Now that we've identified our KBEs and we've assembled our team of data stewards, let's move on to the next crucial step, creating robust metadata.
Okay, metadata. It's one of those terms that gets thrown around a lot.
Yes.
But its importance can't be overstated.
Right.
What exactly is metadata, and why is it so crucial for data stewardship?
Think of metadata as the instruction manual for your data.
Okay.
It provides that context, meaning guidance on how to interpret and use your data effectively.
Okay.
Without robust metadata, your data is like a ship without a compass.
Right.
You might have all the necessary components, but you're not going to know how to navigate effectively.
Love that analogy. So what are the key elements of robust metadata?
Okay.
What information should our instruction manual contain?
First and foremost, you need a clear and concise business name for each data element.
Okay.
This is really the foundation of your metadata.
Okay.
So a simple, easily understandable name that everyone in the organization can recognize.
So eliminating jargon technical terms, using language that everyone can understand regardless of their technical background.
Exactly. Next, you need a detailed definition for each data element.
Okay.
This is where you provide a comprehensive explanation of what that data element represents,
Okay.
avoiding any ambiguity or room for misinterpretation.
It's like writing a dictionary entry for our data.
Exactly.
Making sure everyone's speaking the same language.
Precisely. And don't forget about derivation rules.
So,
if a data element is calculated, you need to document that step-by-step process for arriving at that value.
okay.
This ensures consistency in calculations across the organization,
Got it.
prevents discrepancies in reports.
So we're all following the same recipe, not just eyeballing the ingredients.
Exactly. And lastly, you need to define those creation and usage rules.
Okay.
This outlines when that data element is created,
Right.
its intended purpose, any restrictions on its use.
Okay.
It's like setting clear boundaries for how your data can be used,
Right.
preventing misuse, maintaining data integrity.
Like creating a terms and conditions agreement for our data,
Exactly.
ensuring that it's used responsibly and ethically.
You got it. Now let's talk about the tools for managing all this precious metadata.
Okay, this is where things get really interesting.
Yeah,
Because the right tools can make all the difference when it comes to effectively managing your metadata.
you're absolutely right. One of the most valuable tools is a business glossary.
Okay.
Think of it as a centralized repository where all your business metadata lives.
Okay.
It's easily searchable and accessible to everyone in the organization, making it very easy to find information about your data.
Like a Wikipedia for our data, we can easily look up definitions, rules, ownership information.
Exactly. And ideally, it's linked to other relevant information like the data stewards who are responsible for each data element and the applications where that data is used.
Okay.
This allows for a truly holistic view of your data landscape.
Wow, that's powerful. Now, what about the technical side of things?
Right.
Where do we store all that technical metadata?
That's where a metadata repository comes in.
Okay.
This is your technical library, housing all those intricate details about where your data lives, how it's structured, how it's connected to other systems.
Okay, so we've got the business glossary for the business view,
Right.
the metadata repository for the technical view. Are these two tools connected in any way?
Absolutely. The real magic happens when we link these two repositories together.
Okay.
This creates a powerful system for understanding data lineage and impact.
Data lineage. Tell me more.
It's like creating a family tree for your data.
Okay.
You can trace its origins, see how it's transformed, and understand its journey through various systems and applications.
So we can see where our data comes from, how it's related to other data, and where it ends up.
Exactly.
That's incredibly valuable for understanding the big picture.
Precisely. It helps you assess the impact of changes, identify potential risks, ensure data quality across that entire data lifecycle.
That's a great point.
Yeah. And it empowers you to make more informed decisions about your overall data governance strategy. But robust metadata is just one piece of the puzzle.
Right.
What happens when things go wrong?
Okay.
When your data doesn't quite behave the way you expect it to.
Data quality issues.
Exactly.
It's like realizing that your meticulously organized library has a few books shelved in the wrong section, or worse, some pages are missing.
Right.
How do we keep our data healthy and ensure its accuracy?
That's where data profiling comes in handy.
Okay.
Think of it as a health check for your data, where you're examining it for completeness, accuracy, consistency, validity.
Okay, so we're looking for any red flags that indicate potential problems or areas that need attention.
Right.
What kind of things should we be looking for during this data checkup?
Well, does the data conform to the predefined data quality rules you've established?
Right.
Are there any unexpected values, patterns, anomalies that might skew your analysis?
Okay.
It's all about ensuring that your data is truly fit for purpose.
It's like making sure our books are in good condition with all their pages intact and no coffee stains.
Exactly.
Are there any tools that can help us with this data health check?
Absolutely. Data profiling tools are incredibly helpful in this process.
Okay.
They can analyze vast amounts of data, identify potential issues, and even suggest data quality rules based on patterns they detect.
So these tools can be our data detectives helping us uncover those hidden data gremlins.
Exactly.
What happens when we discover an actual data quality issue?
Right.
Who's responsible for addressing it?
That's where our business data stewards step in again, our data champions.
Okay.
They're responsible for diagnosing the problem and prescribing the appropriate treatment.
So they need to figure out the root cause of the issue, right? Is it a technical glitch, a process flaw, perhaps human error?
Exactly.
A bit like figuring out whether a book was damaged in transit, misfiled,
Yeah.
or simply printed incorrectly.
Precisely. Sometimes the root cause can be surprisingly simple.
Okay.
Remember that example of the birth date anomaly in the customer database?
Yeah.
They discovered a huge spike in customers with a birth date of January 1st.
Oh, yeah?
Turns out the previous system only captured the birth year, and during data migration, January 1st was used as the default birth date.
Ah, a seemingly complex issue with a very straightforward explanation.
Exactly.
It really highlights the importance of understanding our data's history and how it's been transformed over time.
Absolutely. Once the root cause is identified,
Right.
your BDSs need to decide on the best course of action.
Okay.
Sometimes a simple fix is all it takes. Other times, a more complex solution might be needed.
Right.
Like implementing new data quality rules or even changing a business process altogether.
It's like deciding whether to simply repair a damaged book, replace it entirely, or even rethink our cataloging system to prevent similar issues in the future.
Exactly. The key is to understand the severity of the issue
Okay.
and its potential impact on the business.
Right.
It's also about prioritizing efforts.
Right.
You can't fix everything at once.
Uh-huh.
So focus on those issues that matter most to the organization.
Right. It's about making the most impactful changes with the resources that we have.
Exactly.
Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about reference data. What exactly is reference data and why is it important for effective data management?
Think of reference data as the building blocks of your data.
Okay.
It's that standardized, controlled vocabulary that ensures consistency and accuracy across different systems and applications.
So it's like having a universal language for our data.
Exactly. Think about country codes, currency codes, product categories, job titles.
Okay.
These are all examples of reference data.
So it's about having a single source of truth for these common elements used throughout the organization. How does managing reference data effectively contribute to overall data quality?
Well, by managing this reference data, effectively you eliminate discrepancies, streamline data integration, improve overall data quality.
Okay.
It's like making sure that everyone in the library uses the same Dewey Decimal System,
Right.
preventing books on astrophysics from ending up in the culinary arts section.
That makes sense. What role do data stewards play in managing this reference data?
They're responsible for defining it, ensuring its accuracy, and maintaining its consistency over time.
So they act as guardians of our data dictionary.
Yes.
Making sure all the definitions are up to date and everyone's using the same terminology.
Precisely. They also play a crucial role in mapping reference data across different systems.
Mapping reference data. Why is that so important?
Well, imagine you're trying to combine data from two different systems, but they use different codes for the same thing.
Okay.
For example, one system might use M for male and F for female, while another uses 1 and 2.
A classic case of lost in translation. So data stewards need to create a Rosetta Stone for our data, translating it between different systems, ensuring that everything aligns correctly.
You got it. They need to identify those discrepancies, document the mappings, and ensure the data is correctly interpreted and integrated.
It sounds like managing reference data is crucial for ensuring consistency and enabling seamless data integration.
Absolutely.
But what about when we're dealing with multiple records for the same entity?
Right.
What if we have two customer records with slightly different names or addresses?
Okay.
How do we know which one is correct?
That's where data stewardship plays a crucial role in master data management, or MDM.
Okay.
It's all about creating a single trusted view of your most critical data entities, like customers' products or suppliers.
So it's about eliminating duplicates and ensuring that we have one golden record for each entity.
Exactly.
This sounds like a really important aspect of data stewardship.
It is. Data stewards are instrumental in defining the rules for identifying and merging duplicate records. They determine what constitutes a match and what data elements take priority when merging records.
Those sound like crucial decisions with the potential to impact data quality and business operations.
Absolutely. It highlights how critical data stewards are in ensuring our master data is accurate, consistent, and reliable.
It's like having a master librarian who ensures that each book has a single accurate entry in the catalog, eliminating confusion and redundancy.
Right.
It sounds like data stewards are the unsung heroes of data management working behind the scenes to ensure our data is trustworthy and usable.
You could definitely say that they're the ones who ensure that our data is fit for purpose and can be used to drive informed decision-making.
So to summarize, data stewards are responsible for identifying key data elements, assigning ownership, creating robust metadata, ensuring data quality, managing reference data, and playing a key role in master data management.
Exactly. They bridge the gap between the business and IT,
Right.
ensuring that our data is managed effectively and aligned with the organization's goals.
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility.
It is.
Data stewardship is essential for any organization that really wants to harness the power of its data.
Right.
Now that we understand what it is and why it's important, let's talk about implementation.
Okay.
What are the key steps involved in bringing data stewardship to life within an organization?
The first step is understanding your organization's data landscape.
Okay.
You need to identify your key data assets, the systems that manage them, and the business processes that rely on them.
Okay, so it's about creating a data map,
Yes.
understanding where our data lives and how it flows through the organization.
Exactly. Once you have that clear picture, you can start to pinpoint those areas where data stewardship is most needed.
Okay.
Perhaps there are areas with prevalent data quality issues, a lack of clear ownership, or inconsistent data usage across different parts of the organization.
It's like identifying the areas of our library that need the most attention.
Right.
Maybe a section with misfiled books or a reading room that needs better lighting.
That's a great analogy. Once you've identified those areas, you can start building your data stewardship program.
What are some of the key components of a successful data stewardship program?
Well, you need to define the roles and responsibilities of your data stewards, develop the processes and procedures they'll follow,
Okay.
and provide them with the tools and training they need to be successful.
So it's about empowering our data stewards with the knowledge, resources, and support they need to be effective in their roles.
Exactly. And it's important to start small and focus on quick wins.
Okay.
Don't try to do everything at once. Focus on a specific area or data set, demonstrate success,
Right.
and then use that momentum to expand your program to other areas of the organization.
It's like reorganizing one section of the library at a time rather than trying to overhaul the entire system overnight.
Precisely. And remember, data stewardship is an ongoing journey, not a destination.
Okay.
It requires continuous monitoring, evaluation, and improvement.
So it's not a one-time project, but rather a cultural shift that needs to be embedded in the organization's DNA. It's about fostering that data-driven culture where everyone understands the importance of data quality and takes responsibility for managing it effectively.
Exactly. By embracing this cultural shift, you can unlock the true potential of your data and drive lasting business value.
Right.
It can lead to better decisions, improved efficiency, and increased profitability.
Well, that brings us to the end of part 2 of our deep dive into data stewardship.
Okay.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from identifying key business data elements and addressing data quality issues to the critical role that data stewards play in managing reference data and master data. Welcome back to the deep dive. We're wrapping up our exploration of data stewardship, and now it's all about, turning these insights into action.
Right.
What are some practical tips for actually implementing data stewardship in an organization?
Well,
It can seem a bit daunting, like trying to reorganize the Library of Congress.
it doesn't have to be overwhelming.
Yeah.
A great starting point is communication. Remember, data stewardship is a team sport. You need everyone on board, from the executives to the data analysts,
Right.
all understanding its importance.
So how do we effectively champion data stewardship within our organization?
Yeah.
It's not exactly the most glamorous topic at the water cooler.
You need to highlight the value, explain how data stewardship can lead to better decisions, reduced costs, increased efficiency, and mitigated risks.
Okay.
Tailor your message to resonate with different audiences.
Right, like speaking their language.
Exactly.
Highlighting those benefits that are most relevant to their roles and priorities.
Yes. So for executives, focus on the strategic benefits like improved regulatory compliance and data-driven decision-making.
Okay.
For data analysts, emphasize how it simplifies their work and enhances the quality of their analyses.
And don't forget to celebrate those early wins.
Yes.
Showcasing success stories can really build momentum and encourage broader adoption.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about tools.
Okay.
Technology can be a powerful enabler for data stewardship, but it's essential to choose the right tools for your organization's specific needs.
It's like choosing the right equipment for our library.
Right.
We wouldn't want to use a card catalog system if we have a digital database.
Exactly.
What tools would you say are essential for effective data stewardship?
A business glossary is essential. This is where you define your key business terms, document their meanings, and establish clear ownership.
Okay.
Think of it as the dictionary for your organization's data.
Our trusted data dictionary. What other tools would you recommend?
A metadata repository can be incredibly valuable.
Okay.
It captures technical details about your data, tracks its lineage, and shows its impact on different systems and applications.
So it's like a detective's case file for our data, revealing its origins, its transformations, its relationships to other data.
Exactly. And don't forget about data quality tools.
Right.
These can help you profile your data, identify potential issues, and enforce data quality rules.
They're like our data quality inspectors, ensuring that everything is in order and meets our standards.
Precisely. Now remember, implementing data stewardship is not a one-size-fits-all endeavor.
Right.
You need to tailor your approach to your organization's specific needs and culture.
Right. What works for a large multinational corporation might not be the best fit for a small nonprofit organization.
Exactly. Assess your organization's data maturity level, identify your key challenges, and prioritize your efforts accordingly.
So if we're just starting out, we might focus on establishing a business glossary and assigning data owners. But if we're more advanced, we might focus on implementing automated data quality rules or integrating our data stewardship tools with other systems.
It's all about taking a phased approach and building upon your successes.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to seek external expertise if you need guidance.
Okay.
Sometimes an outside perspective can be invaluable.
It's like calling in a library consultant to help with a particularly challenging archival project.
Exactly. And always remember that data stewardship is a continuous journey, not a destination. It requires ongoing commitment, collaboration, and a willingness to adapt to changing business needs.
So it's about building that data-driven culture where everyone understands the importance of data quality and takes responsibility for managing it effectively.
Well said. By embracing this cultural shift, you can unlock the true potential of your data and drive lasting business value.
Yes.
Leading to better decisions, improved efficiency, and reduced risk.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into data stewardship.
Yes.
We've covered a lot of ground today, from identifying those crucial data elements to implementing practical strategies for effective data management.
Right.
Hopefully you surface from this deep dive with a treasure chest of knowledge and actionable insights to take back to your organization.
Exactly.
Remember, data stewardship is an investment that pays dividends in the form of better decisions, improved efficiency, and reduced risk.
Absolutely.
So go forth and become data champions. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Deep Dive for more insightful explorations into the world of data. Until next time, happy data stewarding.